Hey, Nance.
Hi, Vicki.
Oh, I'm so excited about conversations over coffee today.
I know, like, so warm. I brought my water today instead of coffee.
Good idea.
It's so fun that today we're going to be here at Willmar Community Ed, Jefferson Learning Center, with our own director, Scott Wallner.
Scott,
Good afternoon, ladies.
good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yes.
Should we step inside and talk a little bit?
That would be wonderful.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Great,
Thanks.
thank you.
Scott, so glad to have you here with us at Conversations Over Coffee.
Great to be here.
Good. So I understand, before we go any further, that you're relatively new to this program here in Willmar.
Yes.
Could you just take a minute and tell us a little bit about some of the things that you've done prior to coming here and all that you bring with you to Willmar?
Sure. I actually grew up in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. Attended Anoka High School. I attended the University of Minnesota. And I actually spent my first 4 years after college, I was an auditor for Prudential. And really did not like it. I had thought about teaching in college, and I also thought about law school. And kind of got out into the world a bit and decided I did want to teach.
So did you have your teaching degree then?
No, I had to go back.
Okay.
And it was quite easy then.
Okay.
I think it took me maybe 9 months to get my teaching degree. I had a bachelor's degree already. Then I really fell into a nice job in adult-based education in the Hopkins School District. And I just kind of never looked back. Not that I didn't like K-12, but I really enjoyed working with adults. They were motivated, they were curious, they would challenge you. They weren't mandated to be there, so that changes the dynamic quite a bit. And then I taught for maybe 4 or 5 years, and then from there I've had a succession of leadership roles. I was an adult basic education coordinator, kind of what Ann Trokel does here.
Sure.
In Mankato. And I was the community education director in Northfield for 4 years. And then I went to St. Cloud. I was the assistant director in St. Cloud for 16 years.
Okay.
And then I came here, I wanted to be a director. I wanted to finish my career out as a director. And I came here in the summer of 2018 and just loving it. Loving the job and loving the community.
Sounds like you bring just a wealth of experience. So it's good to have you here, Scott.
Good to be here.
So for those of you and those that are watching right now that are not familiar with what community education is, how does it differ? Can you share a little bit about the differences from traditional education and community education, Scott?
Great questions. And I would sort of think of it as all of the different classes, programs, services, activities that take place outside the regular, and I'm going to call it a K-12 day.
Yeah.
Early learning is part of community ed. I'm going to call it a K-12 day. But outside of that, and then outside of the regular school year, and I would say outside of the regular school population. So it's all these things that happen before school and after school and weekends and summers. And of course, our mission at Community Ed is to really enhance and encourage lifelong learning.
And that was the word I was going to add, ongoing or lifelong.
Ongoing or lifelong learning.
Wonderful.
Absolutely. And I think what we do too is we help people become more well-rounded in the community. And I think we have such a critical role in getting kids acclimated to school and in supporting what they learn in school. Early childhood family ed is a perfect example. It's the gateway into kindergarten.
Sure.
And you take a look at how important those first couple years are, the parent education component, and then that preschool program we have here that is just so great at getting kids ready for kindergarten, and we're assessing kids along the way. When they're 4 years old, they're in the school where they're most likely going to attend kindergarten, so there's a nice transition there. And it's just such a critical program in getting kids ready for kindergarten.
I agree. Like you said, a great gateway. Do you have offerings for all ages? Are there, I'm going to tell you all three of these, what are some of the favorites that you've seen? And then are there courses that are repeatedly offered and some that are just one-time only offerings?
Great questions, great
Okay.
questions. Really, the classes are open to anyone.
Okay.
Some of the classes we have an age or a grade limit on them. As silly example, we have driver's education that we offer in it. But really, I like to think, and I believe we offer something for everyone. We really do, all ages. And
We have some that people say, Scott, are you gonna offer, when are you gonna offer this
Yes.
again?
Great question. I think the literature suggests in community ed, you try to offer 20%, at least 20% new offerings for each catalog.
Mhm.
But you certainly don't want to get rid of classes that have gone well.
Sure.
Every more popular ones we do, we've got this wonderful smart fitness workout classes that Jill May teaches.
Mhm.
Very, very popular with the adults. We've got a babysitting class for the youth that's I think it's designed for ages 10 to 13, and it incorporates a set curriculum by, I think, the American Red Cross is what does that curriculum, who does the curriculum. That's very popular. As soon as that one is open, we have parents calling and saying, hey, I want my child to go through this. So that one's a popular one.
I love gardening, and I see that there's a flower arranging class coming up.
Yes.
That sounded of interest to me.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll get an opportunity you get a tour of this wonderful facility, greenhouse facility, and then you'll get an opportunity to do it's a wildflower arrangement.
Mary Slope Rock and Evanston.
Yes, absolutely. So those classes are popular. We have a local historian and former teacher, Holocaust class.
Yes.
Yeah, he does a wonderful job with that. That fills up every time. We have stained glass window class that fills up every time.
That would be fun.
Yeah, so really a lot of great things, and we'll offer those as often as we can. Oftentimes, our instructor may or may not be available.
Well, it sounds like there's something for everyone, Scott. Scott, would you just tell me a little bit about how one would go about registering for some of these wonderful offerings?
Sure, be happy to. A couple of weeks ago, members or people that live in the district would have gotten this little postcard that we send out.
Okay.
And it's just, it always has a copy of our current catalog on it. This is our current catalog. And it really just lets people know that the classes are live on our website. And our website is www.cewillmermn.com. And if you go there, you'll be able to register online. You can look at the course descriptions, you can find out what things cost, et cetera, we do print about 100 copies of this in addition to doing it digitally. So if people want a paper copy, we can mail it to them, or they can stop in at the office and get one.
Now, Scott, I've seen these out in the community.
Yes.
I've seen them at Cashwise and
Yes.
at the library and some other places as
Yeah.
well.
Our child guides in the 3 elementary schools have copies. And really it's, so if you need a paper copy, we have it. If you want to register in person, you can certainly do that. We'll take registration by mail or in person. The office is located here at 1234 Candy Ojai Avenue, Jefferson Learning Center. And we're open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Awesome. Just as a person that lives outside of the district, would I also be able to take classes? I know I'm not getting the flyer, but may I enroll as well?
Absolutely.
Scholarships available?
There are scholarships available for kids. We have a scholarship of up to $30 per catalog session. You have to come in and ask for it, and we base it on the free and reduced line.
Could you please highlight what offerings there are for parents and for children?
I'm going to give one that I think is one of those unintended good consequences of COVID. When we went to COVID and we were unable to be here in person, the innovative early childhood group put together these boxes. And this is an ECFE to go box. And I just think this is a brilliant idea. I love it. I love it that we're still doing them even after COVID. This one is the May box. And I went through here a little earlier, and
Yeah.
you've got, this is around gardening and growth, spring growth. And there are some pinto beans in here to plant, and there's a greenhouse to color and do some painting.
There's matching activities.
Matching
cognitive.
activities, there's parenting education in here. There's a sensory tray, which is really cool to have the sensory tray on.
So we try to touch all domains in those boxes. So
Yeah.
what they are supposed to do is simulate what a classroom would be. There's also a linkage that brings you to a virtual class
Yes.
that is very similar to what you're going to be doing, and you're all about flowers and blooms.
Yeah, it's just
So,
awesome.
Like you said, it was intended to go home to parents during COVID, and people are just taking them and wanting them. We've got grandparents using them, we have other facilities using them, and they're in demand.
Yeah,
So
it's like a parent coaching program. We're using a couple different national curricula for this, and it looks to me like it's an opportunity for parents via Zoom, but to connect with one another, to connect for a parent educator, and just learn about this difficult work. You'll never in your life have a more important job in front of you where you will feel less qualified to do it, you know? And I just think that is why these early learning programs are so key, not only for the kids' development, but just helping, giving support to these parents, especially these new parents who haven't done it.
and the engagement within the family unit.
Absolutely.
Gives an opportunity. Scott, I need you to just tell me, are those boxes and the classes that you're talking about, so if you want to do a parent-to-parent outreach or whatever, do you have to register for these as well?
Yes.
Okay.
These you just purchase.
And those are purchased by going online.
Go online.
in
and get
LEO,
them. Yes.
and you purchase them, you go in and you almost register for a class.
Yes. Yes.
And then you purchase them and you can pick them up here at Jefferson, is that correct?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. One nice thing too, if you go on the website and you find the digital camera or the digital catalog, which we have a digital catalog on here, on the school district website, if you go under community education, you'll find this.
And this is the actual catalog. yeah?
That's the actual catalog, and you can go into any of those classes and there will be a live link for registering. And you can just click on that link and it will take you right to the LEO page, if you can't remember that website.
Scott, I know there's some things going on, as you said, over the summer. That's Community Ed is different that way. We continue to go through the 12 months. And there's something really exciting coming up in June. Can you tell us about that? That will offer something for parents and families?
Absolutely. We've got our 12th annual Books and Baseball event
Yes.
going on at Taunton Stadium on June 3rd. And tickets are free and they are available at the library, public library. And I know that at the event, each child will get a book, will receive a book. They'll get to go down onto the field before the event, and they'll hear a reading along the third base line.
The Stingers actually read to our students.
So the Stingers do the actual reading?
Yes.
Awesome.
That's exciting. And then they go home, the families are given a hot dog, I believe, chips and a beverage.
Yes,
while
they
they're
get a hot dog, or they get a ballpark meal while
Yes.
they're there. So it'll be a wonderful event.
So we're hoping to see all of you at that event. Thank you everyone for watching us today on Conversations Over Coffee. And again, we hope that you can tune in for our last segment of the year, which will be next month. We will be interviewing Rob Baumgarten with the Willmar Recreation Program that used to be part of your program. Is that correct, Scott?
Yes, those two, the Parks and Recreation and Community Education were together for many, many years under Steve Brizendine.
Well, we're excited to see what next week brings or next month brings over Conversations with Coffee when we bring Rob to our table. Thank you.